I've been working kind of non-stop the last week trying to perfect these crisp, chewy black walnut cookies. They are so good, but I went through about 9 pounds of black walnuts trying to make them. I wanted to make a cookie that was mostly black walnuts for a big black walnut flavor, but without many other ingredients, it was pretty tricky. Thankfully, I dialed it in. It just took a little while, and big thanks here to Hammons. I've been buying black walnuts from Hammons for many years. They are really the only place that you can get truly wild black walnuts in the United States. They sell them, the price is right, they'll ship them to you if you're a consumer or a chef at a restaurant. And what we're going to do here for the cookies, we're going to take some of the recipe ready black walnuts and I'm just going to grind them in a spice grinder until they are, basically as fine as I can get them. And it's totally fine if there's a few chunks left in there. Just kind of get them as fine as you can. I'll clean out the spice grinder with chopsticks after each batch, and you can see I'm doing small batches here, like 2 tablespoons at a time. If you use larger batches, it can kind of gum it up a little bit. Next, we're going to take our ground walnuts. We're going to add some nice organic sugar. I also did a batch with maple sugar, and that was excellent. And there's just 1 whole egg, a little bit of cinnamon, and then the key here was adding a little bit of oat flour. Without the oat flour, they kept on being too crunchy. A little salt, a little lemon zest. I did some versions with fresh thyme that were great too. And you're going to mix this up. It's going to be a pretty sticky, wet dough. And it can help to chill the dough to make it a little bit easier to handle. But eventually the oil will kind of come out of the black walnuts and it makes it a little bit easier to handle. And you don't have to use spoons to portion here, but what you do need is one of these little brownie bite molds. And they're really cheap and they're totally worth it because these don't really work without cooking them in a mold. Definitely worth the investment. Once you taste these things, oh man, they are just worth the wait and the small investment that it would take. At 350 for about 20 minutes, they're kind of going to come out like that. But one of my favorite things that I did at the end was I started pressing black walnuts into the top to kind of give them a more attractive look. And I also did a version where I added dried fruit powder to color it. You could use buckwheat flour, just like 2 tablespoons for the whole recipe. I used serviceberry powder here, or you could use mulberry flour, aronia berry flour, just dried berries ground in a spice grinder. See, they're kind of crisp, and then I'll break one open there. You can see it's kind of fudgy on the inside. So good. Great for a hike, great for tea, great for any time. I've been eating these like every day. They are so good. There is a link to the recipe at the top of the video description. Thanks for watching.